I am Tanisha LaVerne Grant, reporting live from the red carpet at Regal Cinema Live here in Los Angeles, California, for the premiere of Brittany Runs a Marathon, starring Jillian Bell as a disgruntled millennial who is trying desperately to get her life together. And she starts by training for the New York City Marathon. All of my New Yorkers can appreciate this. Although I have never ran the New York City Marathon, I do have a few friends who have ran the New York City Marathon, like my friend Brian Fields. Brian, I dedicate this red carpet coverage to you. You guys have to see Brittany Runs a Marathon. It's on Amazon. This is an Amazon original film, August 23rd. Make sure you tune in. Tanisha LaVerne Grant, blackinamerica.com. You girl.
I love it. I love it. And we're both doing the lashes. We both got the lashes on tonight.
Yeah, and a natural color eye.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And a nude lip. But you know what? I messed up because I had nude
nails. Amazing.
And my goal was to wear like red tonight, but
that's great. You made the right choice.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations on all the
Thank
success.
you so much. Thank you.
What a journey.
Such a journey. I was just saying that to one of the producers, Margot Hand. We were writing here together, and we were like, wow, it took a long time to get here.
I'm having a real moment because there's like hair or something on my lip gloss.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think you got it.
I got it.
You got it.
It's so real. It's so real. I won't pretend that these girl things don't happen.
It happens.
So what I love about this film, it's an accountability piece.
Yes.
It's like, girl, get control of your life.
Well, and it talks about how hard that is, how much of a struggle it can be to choose yourself first. It's easy to put other people's needs and wants ahead of your own, and then when you actually decide, I'm going to do something for myself, it's a journey, and we show all aspects of that.
You know, when I looked at the trailer and saw that there were already over like 4 million views,
I know.
It's very telling. And I also said, oh my God, who called my friends and told me that they made a movie about my life?
I said the same thing. I thought my iPhone was bugging me, you know, and then someone wrote it from my thoughts. I couldn't believe it.
You know, what I also love too is that you're not only are you acting, but you're an executive producer.
I am.
Girl power.
Yes, like a boss.
Power like a boss. So talk to me about coming on as an EP. Like, how did that happen? How did you make that happen?
You know, I was working with Paul, the writer-director of the film, a lot. We were having daily conversations about what we were trying to say with the film and the theme and just making sure we were on point with everything. And because I was working so much on it, I think it just got kind of brought up naturally, and I loved being a part of it as an executive producer. I like problem solving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because so many women, even in this day and age of wanting to be in that position of power and decision making and authority, some women still kind of shy away from that. So I love, given the fact that Brittany Runs a Marathon is about powering up, leveling up, and you're the executive producer of a film that you're starring in, like boss move. So I've been asking a lot of women on the carpet. We all have those moments where someone has had to pull us aside and check us.
Sure.
So what was that? Give me like one moment where a friend had to say, you know what, Jillian,
You need to get your life
girl,
together.
yeah. How did that like wash well with you?
You know, I've had that a lot. You know, sometimes you have upsets when you're doing anything in our industry. Anything in our industry. And I remember I lost out on a part that I was sort of bummed about, and my sister said to me, you got a half an hour. You got a half an hour to be upset about it, and then we're moving on. And
your sister here tonight?
She is. She's also a boss.
I would love to talk to your sister. That was amazing.
She's the best.
So when you have had to look someone in the eye and say, listen, I need you to just listen to what I have to say, but I want to give you some coaching.
I don't do it that harshly. I will say
Is that harsh? Oh my God!
Not harsh, but I will say, like, I love you, and this is why I think you deserve better than X, Y, and Z.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're amazing in this film.
Thank you so much. Lovely.
Nice to meet
you.
to meet you. Hello, how are you? Thank you. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I love it. So New York City chic, given the film is based in New York City, my city. I love that.
You're from New York?
Yes.
Beautiful, wonderful.
Talk to me a little bit about getting attached to this amazing project. What I love about this, it's an accountability story. We all have to take accountability for our lives.
You are the first person to say that, and you are dead on about that. It is. It's a total accountability story. It's about saying, you know, you can blame a lot of people for a lot of things, but at the end of the day, what are you gonna do about it?
Yep.
And Brittany takes the first step, and with the prodding of my character. Thank you very much.
I love it.
Who she doesn't like. So sometimes you don't know where good advice is coming from.
I love that.
We don't know how we're being protected.
You know, what I wanted to ask you is, of course there's been a time where you've had to take some constructive criticism from a friend.
Never. No. Yeah. No,
How did that go with you? How did you bode with that?
You know, it's tough. Any kind of criticism sometimes is tough unless you, one, have a sense of humor about yourself, and two, I think everybody should have a sense of humor about themselves. And two, look, you know, many times you don't know why somebody's pointing to my dress. I don't know why.
It's okay. Well, you look amazing.
Thank you.
You look amazing.
But
There's nothing. You look great.
Okay.
Listen, this is live TV, guys. It goes down. You look amazing.
what I was going to say though is if you really, you know, can have a sense of humor about yourself, take it in. Listen, you know, that person might have something that is going to be really useful, and you have nothing to gain by going la la la. I don't want to hear anything negative, you know.
Now, what about when you've had to sit someone down, you know, or stand up, like stand up, girl. I have to give you this business.
I hate conflict. You just got to do it with love.
Yeah.
I hate conflict, but I have had to do that, and I do it with love because I think it is an act of love to say to somebody, you know, hey, I see this in you, and I know you're better than this. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. That's all I got. Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you.
Likewise. You look amazing.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stunning.
From
Just
one New Yorker
ladies
to the
loving it.
other.
Ooh, New Yorker.
Yes, Harlem.
I live in Astoria.
I love Astoria. There are great restaurants. If you have never been to New York, there are great restaurants in Astoria.
Yes. There's a lot of delicious food there.
So I got to ask you, Nadia, you're in this dramedy,
Yes.
comedy, emotional, heart-tugging, get your life together, girl, which is such a conversation that we often have as women in New York City.
How to get our lives together?
How to get our lives
How
together.
to get our lives together? Well, great question. And an emotional dramedy comedy.
So I want to ask you, have you ever ran the New York City Marathon?
No. I can run a 5K, but I've never done one, but like I can.
You know what? I have never ran the New York City Marathon either.
Marathons are
They're rough.
a lot of running.
They're rough. But what I love about it is it's Brittany Runs a Marathon. It's so New York. It's so New York.
Oh, yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about getting the script, reading it, and understanding like who your character was and that you were going to play this. I mean, your role is hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. I really loved the script for all the reasons that you said. It felt like really down to earth and real and relatable. You know, like this, all of us wanting to better ourselves, and in New York especially, doing it in a kind of like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and I don't want to talk about it too. Like, this is happening, and leave me alone.
Yep.
So yeah, and also too, just like that this movie is so uplifting and fun and joyful, is like that is really nice. It's like really special to be a part of something like that. That's inspiring and funny.
When I saw the trailer, I said, oh my God, who is peeping into my life? I'm like, all of my accountability partners, I could feel them like, you need to go watch Brittany Runs a Marathon.
Yeah, I think it's a really relatable story, and I think people will love it.
So, how long have you lived in New York City? 17
years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker.
So you definitely had those, like, you know, those highs and those lows living in New York.
Yes, I'm having a high right now.
Well, you're in LA.
Yeah, but New York New York's rough, but it's the most amazing place. I was just talking to someone recently, and I was like, New York is the best city ever to live in, unless it's like eating you and attacking you.
You know what? Between New York and LA, what do you think is harder to live?
There's different pros and cons. What I love about New York is like no bullshit. You could be at a party with someone who's like won a Tony, and no one's talking about it. Like everyone's just chill and really hustling and working hard. And that's what's hard about it, is you always feel like you're in this loop of like, I need to be doing more and working harder. And in LA, it's a lot more chill and laid back, but it's hard because you're sort of isolated.
That part.
Yeah. In New York, you're walking down the street and you like run into a friend and you're like, oh my gosh, let's go get a coffee. And you have these like random adventures. And here, that like never happens.
New York is very community based.
Oh yeah.
You have your community with you
Well, there's no
all day
space.
long. Yeah.
We're all living in the same tiny.
And we're all on public transportation together. That part.
Yeah,
all on
definitely. Yeah, the subways. The subway's great. It runs very efficiently and everyone loves it.
So let me ask you this. So given this movie is about, girl, I'm rooting for you, girl, get your life together, what's some things that you've had to say to a couple of your girlfriends that kind of like nudge them back to reality?
See, well, it's funny because I am known as the friend who's like, no bullshit.
Oh, you look like that, honestly, Nadia. Like, I wouldn't want it with you. I don't want it with you.
And I am the oldest of 5 girls, so I have 4 younger sisters, and they know, like, don't ask Nadia a question unless you want the real answer. I'm notorious for being like, I don't like him, break up with him. Or like, too much lipstick. You know, I'm the, yeah. So,
Samantha Jones from Sex and the City.
thank you so much. I don't know, I just keep like direct into camera. Is that what we're doing?
I love it. No, that's fine. That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Let's go through it. This movie, Brittany Gets a Marathon, you're out here supporting your friend Jillian Bell.
I am. She is one of my dear, dear friends.
How long have you guys been friends?
We met in 2009.
Oh, wow. So,
Yeah.
okay, a decade strong.
We came up in the Groundlings together doing
The ground.
yeah, doing sketch comedy and improv and all that good
Tiffany
stuff.
Haddish came through there, too, right?
Tiffany did stand up. She started at Laugh Factory. I also know Tiffany from back then too.
she great?
She's awesome.
So what I want to ask you, so this is a movie that is about, you know, girl, get your life together. I'm rooting for you. Like, be accountable. Like, throughout your friendship, this 10-year friendship that you've had with Jillian, have you ever really had to be that person for her to say, okay, girl?
Oh, we're that for each other all the time. Jillian and I text or call or FaceTime, and you know what's great is that we have this fun, silly friendship that we can laugh and be ridiculous together, but we really care about each other and motivate each other, and it's not a surfacey friendship. It's like, what's going on in your life. We've been through with hard times with each other, and you just see her have these beautiful moments in life, and it makes you so proud as a friend because she deserves it. She works hard and is so talented. So I am honored to be here.
That's amazing. It's great when you can be in the foxhole with your friend and then having these big, beautiful moments.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this.
And a lot of people know Jillian as being very silly, and they know her comedic side, and I love that they're getting to see this side because this is a big side of her too, one that is deep and cares and is, looking to grow herself, and it's cool to get to see her in this light.
Wow. So what's coming up for you? I know you guys are going to be working together on a couple of projects.
We're doing Bless the Hearts. It's a new animated show on Fox airing in October. I do an episode of The Simpsons coming up.
Simpsons. Wow, that's iconic.
That's very cool.
huge.
I couldn't believe it myself. And then I'll be in the L Word reboot. It's coming on Showtime in December.
It was an excellent show.
It was, and now it's
Dairy actress Pam Grier was on it.
yeah, now it's coming back. So I'll be on that, and then I'm doing a Sirius XM radio show for Netflix in the morning. So I've been busy.
You got a lot going on. That's exciting. Wow. So what do you want to say to your girl Jillian tonight?
I'm proud of you, Jillian. I love you. I can't wait to see you shine, and this is going to be the most amazing night because everyone else is going to know you're the best.
Now, wait a minute. Her character has to stop drinking to run this marathon. So are y'all going to go drinking tonight just to celebrate?
Probably a little bit. A little bit.
Favorite cocktail?
Oh, give me some Jack Daniels, and I'm from the South. I like a little whiskey.
I like Jack Daniels.
Old
You
fashioned.
I want you to try. My favorite cocktail is Negroni.
Okay, I'll try it. I've never had it.
It's an Italian cocktail
Ooh, I like a good Italian
with like
cocktail.
sweet vermouth
Yeah.
and gin. Or you can do it with bourbon. With bourbon, it's called a Boulevardier.
All right.
Yeah.
I will try it.
Nice talking to
Yeah,
you.
you
Thank
too.
you. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Look great.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. I'm trying, girl.
No,
I've been eating a
we
lot
got-
of burritos and
No.
tostados and tacos and
I wish I could eat all
enchiladas.
those tostadas and look like that. Wait, you're gold.
Oh,
Love it. We're
thank
matching.
you. Thank you.
Love
We
it.
are. We are. So I want to talk about your role as Gretchen in this amazing coming of age, millennial life kind of like falling apart, getting it together. You're like the shallow, superficial friend. We all have one or two or three of those, especially living in New York and LA. So first of all, have you ever ran the New York City Marathon?
No, I have not. I have not, but I've ran. Yeah, I like to run, but marathon, I just feel like I don't think I could do it. I give props, but maybe.
Talk to me a little bit about getting attached to this program, reading the script, learning who was attached to it, and just really understanding the breadth and the scope of how big this was going to be.
I know. Well, I honestly didn't know because I was actually saying indie movies. A lot of times you just don't know where they're gonna go. But this one, I already knew I wanted to be a part of it because Jillian Bell is amazing. Also, Tobey Maguire's company. So I'm like, Spider-Man, are you kidding?
Maguire, like
Spider-Man was my life. Yeah. So I just knew I wanted to be a part of it, but I definitely didn't know it was going to be this.
I know, look how big this
I
is,
know,
right?
Sundance, winning at Sundance, like all cray. So.
You know what I love? Like when you go onto YouTube, have you watched the trailer? Of course
Yes.
you've watched the trailer. You see how many views it has?
I know.
It's
I was
almost up to
surprised.
5 million views.
Yeah, wow.
On YouTube.
I know. When it first came out, it went up really fast, and I was like, whoa. And the trailer looks so good. So I was like, this is going to be amazing.
Listen, when I first saw it, I said, who's peeping into my life?
Ah,
I said, I'm so Brittany. I so understand her.
Yeah.
I've been there. I am her. I get it.
Yeah.
So this movie, coming of age, encouraging one another as women, and lifting each other up. What are some of the things that you say to your girlfriends when they're just kind of in that that low place, like they can't get it together?
Yeah, I mean, it might be cliche, but I'm very Pollyanna, and I believe it. Like, just, it's okay, you're amazing. You know, I just try to remind my friends, like, you're awesome. And if you need to hear the reasons why from me, like, I will list them all to you.
When they're not so awesome, though?
Oh, right.
Can you be that person to just be that?
I guess it depends on the friendship. You know, if it's really real, then you gotta, like, keep it real and say if something's hurting you, you have to communicate, you know? But if that friendship's not worth it, then
What's the toughest thing you had to take from a friend? What's the toughest piece of criticism you had to take from a friend? Constructive criticism to help get your life, to keep your life moving in the right direction.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had anything like as intense as the scene that I had with Jillian, like that kind of thing. But, some of my friends just make sure I'm like not freaking out when I get, even for this, I was like so stressed about this, and I was like, blah, blah, and they're like, you need to calm down. Like, it's going to be fun, like relax. Yeah, and I'm like, you're right, I'm acting crazy right now. So, yeah, but nothing too intense. All my friends are awesome.
So tell us what's coming up in your career after this, or in addition to this.
Yeah. I'm going to be working on 2 shows, one on Facebook Watch called The Real Bros of Simi Valley, which is very, very funny. And then there's a new show on NBC called Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist that starts shooting this fall, so I'll be on that as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you
so
so
much.
much for your time. Thank you.
you doing?
Hey, baby.
How you doing?
So good to see you. I saw you last summer in Harlem.
Man, you sure did. Jesus.
Yeah, what a difference a year makes.
Yeah, hopefully.
We getting this working.
I think we're going to do this every summer for the next long time.
Wow. So talk to me a little bit about getting attached to this project and what it means to your career and the direction your career is going.
Well, it's not just career. I think I've done a good job of just picking really good scripts, man. And I'm so blessed to just pick good movies that got heart in them, that is very well casted or very well written. This director, man, telling this true story about his best friend is brilliant. Excuse
I
me.
thought it was my story.
No, it's
have
you seen it?
I saw the trailer and was like, this is my line.
Are you coming to see it today?
I am coming to see it.
You gonna cry. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm jet lagged too. I just came from Germany.
It's okay. I'm right here with you.
I just finished a movie with Kathy Bates, so I've been working too hard. I'm like, I need a break. So after this premiere, Real is taking a vacation.
Don't take a vacation. I just want to ask you
Go
one
ahead.
more final question.
Yeah.
When someone has had to pull you aside and say, Rel, I think you need to make some adjustments. I just want to give you some coaching. How did you handle that? Because this movie is definitely about
Right.
taking that constructive criticism to get your life
Wow.
on track and to keep it on track.
Well, I'm going to tell you something funny. This movie, for me personally, kicked off me not even just looks and anything like that, but just want to better myself. And that's what I'm saying. When you see this movie, I get when people hear Brittany runs a marathon, you think of the weight loss and all this stuff. But it's deeper than that when you're making real transitions in your life. It's mental, it's spiritual, it's a lot of things. And in this movie, you're going to see that. And I know with me personally, after I did this film, and even when we went to Sundance and just screening it, I'm like, I got really motivated because it does motivate you to take the first step to want to make a change. That's the hardest part when you first want to say, okay, I'm gonna lose this weight, I'm gonna go to the gym.
No, trust me, I'm right there right now.
It's tough. And what I think the genius of this movie is it's gonna inspire and encourage people to take that first step.
Wow.
So you'll see that, oh no, I'm not the only one that's scared of that first step. That's what this movie does.
The YouTube trailer alone has over 4 million views, so that's very telling that people are ready for change. Thank you so much for your time. You're amazing. I love talking to you.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you. So this is an amazing film you're a part of.
Yes.
I'm calling it an accountability film where everybody is called to just be accountable for their life's choices and lean in and make those changes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so talk to me a little bit about coming on board, getting the role, coming on set, and working with Jillian Bell. I mean, this girl is amazing.
It was just an audition. I spoke with Paul on the phone. Turns out Paul and Brittany O'Neill, who Jillian's character is based on, we all went to college together, which I didn't know. So Paul and I went to college, and then I read the script, and it was just so beautiful. And Jillian's the funniest actor I've ever worked with. We did a day on a movie called Game Over Man, which was so short, but she had me in stitches. So to be able to play opposite her is just a phenomenal gift, and she's such a willing and open and brave and generous scene partner, and we had great chemistry, which wasn't guaranteed, and we had a blast. I think we had a really good time together.
That's awesome. What I want to ask you is a question I've been asking a lot of your fellow castmates. When you've been in that moment where you've had to call one of your friends to the carpet to make those adjustments, to give that life coaching, what was that like for you? Is that something easy for you to do?
You mean when I have to call my friends out?
Yeah, when you have to say, you know what?
Well, you guys call me out, so I should be totally fine calling you out. I think we have a very open lines of communication when it comes to the truth, my friends and I.
You know what, that's good because a lot of people don't.
No, my friends don't hold back, and I don't either. Yeah, we're with love,
Yeah.
but I need my friends to tell me the truth, and I have gone off the path enough times to know that when they tell me to get back on, I should listen.
Well, what do you want one of the takeaways to be for this film? I mean, when I went on YouTube and saw that it already has almost over 4 million views, it's touching chords with people in a big way. I mean, 4 million views just for the trailer alone, that's pretty big. Very telling.
I just want people to be inspired, feel a little bit of hope, a little bit of love, and some responsibility for themselves in a loving way.
Have you ever ran the New York City Marathon?
Nah.
Do you intend to?
Nah.
I love your honesty. Thank you so much for your time. Continue blessings and success to you.
Thank you so much.
Dice on the beat.